In this video, you're going to understand how to build a precise and reproducible search strategy for your meta-analysis. This is the single most important initial step that can make or break your whole research. So make sure to do it properly. My name is João Evangelista. I'm a medical student from Brazil. I have a couple of meta-analyses under my belt, and this is the Meta-Analysis Academy, where we teach hundreds of students from thousands of countries the science of making systematic reviews and meta-analysis. In this video, we're going to start by exploring what is a very good search strategy and how that fits into meta-analysis. Then, we're going to break down its core components like MASH terms, keywords, Boolean operators, and then see how each piece works together. And after all of that, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide to how to make your own search strategy. Okay, let us begin. First, in meta-analysis, you need to review and understand all the available evidence about your specific research question. By the way, we have multiple episodes here in the Meta-Analysis Academy YouTube channel explaining how it's done. What is a good PICOTT question? What's the frame? What are you actually researching? Back to search strategy. If you need to understand all the available evidence about any given topic, your search strategy has to be very good. And because science as a whole has to be reproducible, meaning that other people could have the same results as you, if another person runs the same search strategy that you did, they're presumably going to get the same results. That's what I mean by reproducible search strategy. A good search will directly affect the validity of your meta-analysis. A poor search strategy will lead to selection bias, meaning that you're not going to have all the available literature. And here's one key thing that you need to understand is that meta-analysis sits at the top of the evidence pyramid, not only because of the statistical power of the mathematical calculations provided by statistical software like Stata, R, or RevMed, but also in the amazing scope of the search strategy to get all the literature about that specific topic, even including multiple databases like PubMed, Embase, Cochrane. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty important. Alright, so let's talk about the elements of a search strategy. The first basic element is a keyword. Keywords are going to be derived from your PICOTT question. Again, if you don't know how to do them, click one of these links here, go learn it, and then come back. The main objective of a keyword is to make sure that you get all the available evidence. Going one step above that, you need controlled vocabulary. The best example that I can come up with are MASH terms. By the way, again, we have videos here on the channel explaining how to do this, but I'm going to summarize here pretty quickly. MASH is just a designation for medical subject headings, and they are the modality of controlled vocabulary used on PubMed. They work like this. Say that you're studying myocardial infarction. Some authors are going to put myocardial infarction in the title, but some other authors are just going to put MI. Some authors are going to put, heart attack. But if you just type open quote, myocardial infarction, close quote, MASH, that is going to search for all the synonyms referring to that specific condition at once. Look at this page for myocardial infarctions. If you just put that myocardial infarction, MASH, like let's say I'm going to add to search builder here. You see myocardial infarction, MASH. If you just typed myocardial infarction on PubMed, this is what you would have come up with. Infarction, myocardial, infarctions, myocardial, myocardial infarctions, heart attack, heart attacks, myocardial infarct, infarct myocardial. Like you would be searching all of this with just one single term. Much quicker and much easier to reproduce. MASH will improve the sensitivity of your meta-analysis. How? Well, it will capture synonyms automatically and it will include broader indexing. Just because some articles are tagged by experts about what their topic is. So not just wording, but the subject itself. And it will also reduce the amount of studies that you're going to miss, which is very important for systematic reviews and meta-analysis in which you're trying to get everything. Next element of the search strategy are the Boolean operators. Boolean operators are connectors that put together every keyword or every MASH term that you put. The Boolean operator AND will narrow your research. If you use it, both terms have to appear for that paper to be selected. The Boolean operator OR has a different effect. Instead of narrowing, it will expand your search because it will include all of the listed items. If you put in your search strategy A and B, you're only going to have the papers that put A and B together, in which they both appear. But if you put A or B, you're going to receive all the papers in which either A or B or AB appear. So with OR, it's a considerably larger number. I know it's confusing, but bear with me. Also, there's the Boolean operator NOT. And as you can imagine, if you use NOT to any keyword or any MASH term, it will exclude automatically all those things from your search strategy. This should be applied, yes, but very cautiously because it might exclude studies that you should include. And just as a bonus, there is also truncation and wildcards. Truncation typically uses a symbol like an asterisk to retrieve all terms that share the same root. For example, if I use the word cardio asterisk, I'm gonna be researching cardiovascular and cardiomyopathy and cardiomegaly. This will increase sensitivity by including a bunch more studies, ensuring that you don't miss any relevant ones. But it takes skill to use this properly because it might be a double-edged sword. But you need to take care because this can include so many papers that it can be tough for you to triage them all. If you go to PubMed and just put cardio asterisk on the search, and I wasn't really I knew it was gonna be like a stupidly hard number just because it's everything in cardiology, but you're gonna have to triage 2,312,447 results as of 2026, and this number is only gonna be larger and larger. So if your research is cardio, all of your papers are probably here, but there's just no way you're gonna triage them all. That's why I'm saying that having a good search strategy is essential. The net has to be wide enough that you catch everything that you want to catch, but small enough that you don't spend the next few years researching everything. The balance has to be perfect. All right, now let's talk a step-by-step workflow in which you can develop your own search strategy. Number one, clearly define your PICOTT question. This will guide everything that comes next. 2. Extract the main components of the PICOTT question. Those are going to be your keywords or perhaps even mesh terms if you're smart. Especially the key elements like population, outcomes, control group, the intervention itself. Number 3. For each concept, create a list that encompasses all the synonyms, mesh terms, or truncations that you perhaps want to use. Just make sure that all the possible ways that topic can appear in the literature, that you get them all. 4. Combine these using Boolean operators in order to cast your net properly. Use OR to group synonyms and all the terms that you researched, and use AND to connect all of them in the same papers. And if there are terms that you specifically want to exclude for some reason, use the not Boolean operator here. But remember, just be careful because you don't want to exclude anything that you should include. And number 5, finally, you can apply all of these to PubMed, Embase, Web of Science, Cochrane, whatever. One noteworthy thing is that probably you cannot just copy your search strategy from PubMed and put into another database like Embase or Web of Science. You're gonna have to adapt them because a lot of times they have different keywords or even different, controlled vocabulary basically. So mesh terms are for PubMed, but Embase uses Mtree, if I'm not much mistaken. So you can adapt, but that's the easy part, trust me. And that's it, guys. This is how you create a search strategy for a systematic review and meta-analysis. And if you want to learn how to make systematic reviews and meta-analysis from scratch, all the way to the writing of the manuscript, how to perform the statistics, how to do triage, what softwares are you going to use, all of that, click the first link in the description. All right? Oh, also subscribe for more high quality free content here on YouTube. Bye-bye.